Chapter 2. I had gotten to see the sunrise as I drove home that morning. I hate sunrises. They mean I've overscheduled myself and worked all bloody night. St. Louis has more trees edging its highways than any other city I've driven through. I could almost admit the trees look nice in the first light of dawn. Almost. My apartment always looks depressingly white and cheerful in the morning sunlight. The walls are the same vanilla ice cream white as every apartment I've ever seen. The carpeting is a nice shade of gray, preferable to that dog poop brown that is more common. The apartment is a roomy one-bedroom. I am told it has a nice view of the park next door. You wouldn't prove it by me. If I had my choice, there would be no windows. I get by with heavy drapes that turn the brightest day to cool twilight. I switched the radio on low to drown out the small noises of my day-living neighbors. Sleep sucked me under to the soft music of Chopin. A minute later, the phone rang. I lay there for a minute, cursing myself for forgetting to turn on the answering machine. Maybe if I ignored it? 5 rings later, I gave in. Hello? Oh, I'm sorry. Did I wake you? It was a woman I didn't know. If it was a salesperson, I was going to become violent. Who is this? I blinked at the bedside clock. It was 8. I'd had nearly 2 hours of sleep. Yippee. I'm Monica Vespucci. She said it like it would explain anything. It didn't. Yes. I tried to sound helpful, encouraging. I think it came out as a growl. Oh my, I'm the Monica that works with Catherine Mason. I huddled around the receiver and tried to think. I don't think really well on 2 hours of sleep. Catherine is a good friend, a name I knew. She'd probably mentioned this woman to me, but for the life of me, I couldn't place her. Sure, Monica, yes. What do you want? It sounded rude even to me. I'm sorry if I don't sound too good. I got off work at 6. Oh my god, you mean you've only had 2 hours of sleep? Do you want to shoot me or what? I didn't answer the question. I'm not that rude. Did you want something, Monica? Sure, yes. I'm throwing a surprise bachelorette party for Catherine. You know she gets married next month. I nodded, remembered she couldn't see me, and mumbled, I'm in the wedding. Oh, sure, I knew that. Pretty dresses for the bridesmaids, don't you think? Actually, the last thing I wanted to spend $120 on was a long pink formal with puffy sleeves, but it was Catherine's wedding. What about the bachelorette party? Oh, I'm rambling, aren't I? And you're just desperate for sleep. I wondered if screaming at her would make her go away any faster. Nah, she'd probably cry. What do you want, please, Monica? Well, I know it's short notice, but everything just sort of slipped up on me. I meant to call you a week ago, but I just never got around to it. This I believed. Go on. The bachelorette party is tonight. Catherine says you don't drink, so I was wondering if you could be the designated driver. I just lay there for a minute, wondering how mad to get, and if it would do me any good. Maybe if I'd been more awake, I wouldn't have said what I was thinking. Don't you think this is awfully short notice since you want me to drive? I know, I'm so sorry. I'm just so scattered today. Catherine told me you usually have either Friday night or Saturday night off. Is Friday not your night off this week? As a matter of fact, it was, but I didn't really want to give up my only night off to this airhead on the other end of the phone. I do have the night off. Great, I'll give you directions and you can pick us up after work. Is that okay? It wasn't, but what else could I say? That's fine. Pencil and paper? You said you worked with Catherine, right? I was actually beginning to remember Monica. Why, yes. I know where Catherine works. I don't need directions. Oh, how silly of me, of course. Then we'll see you at about 5. Dress up and no heels. We may be dancing tonight. I hate to dance. Sure, see you then. See you tonight. The phone went dead in my ear. I turned on the answering machine and cuddled back under the sheets. Monica worked with Catherine. That made her a lawyer. That was a frightening thought. Maybe she was one of those people who was only really organized at work. Nah. It occurred to me then, when it was too late, that I could have just refused the invitation. Damn, I was quick today. Oh well, how bad could it be? Watching strangers get blitzed out of their minds. If I was lucky, maybe someone would throw up on my car. I had the strangest dreams once I got back to sleep. All about this woman I didn't know, a coconut cream pie, and Willie McCoy's funeral.